So what kind of crazy is in my backpack? That's what I was thinking about back in February of this year when I was out in California. And so I did a gear dump video, pulled everything out of my backpack, kind of walked through what I had real quick, partly for me to document what that looked like. And I also thought I was going to turn that into a video. I was still trying to figure out my gear. Well, heck, I'm still trying to figure out my gear. Trying to get lighter, trying to get that feel for how light can I go, still be comfortable, still be safe, and just enjoy my trips. So, here you go. This is what my gear looked like February 2020 at the beginning of this year. Enjoy. I stuffed this thing full with everything I'm gonna take. Food, fuel, the whole 9 yards. I'll go weigh it, we'll throw that in, and then we'll explode this thing, okay? I got the trekking poles on there, shoes, water. About to fall out, but so let's see how much this thing weighs. All right, so I've got some Ultras. They're Lone Peak 4s. Trekking poles. These are REI flash carbons. They're pretty light. I've been trying to shop the sales because this stuff is not cheap. This is the REI FlexLight chair. It's 1 pound and really comfortable. That's my luxury item. On this side, I have my Garmin InReach hanging, and I've got some hand sanitizer. All right, we'll go through the brain in a few minutes. We'll just dump this thing out. So I've got it stuffed right now because some of the clothes I'm gonna wear, I just put in it because I wanted to see what the entire weight was like. I have a cheap fleece, nothing fancy, just kind of a mid to lightweight fleece. Cheap baseball cap because I have no sun protection naturally anymore. I have a pair of boxers. Let's see what else in here. Yes. This is my 11-foot hammock gear tarp with doors. It's not the Winter Dream, it's just the standard one. It's Dyneema, and I have it in mesh snakeskin sleeves. This shaved a significant amount of weight off of my blue Walmart tarp that I was using. Because remember, when I got started, I just started with what I had. So I was using a cheap hammock, a blue Walmart tarp, a cheap synthetic sleeping bag that I had that weighed about 4.5 pounds, and a blue rollout, high-density foam mattress and stuff. Just simple, basic gear that I already owned. I've got my food just in an ops bag. It's just an odorless bag. 3 days, 2 nights, and I've got 1 extra meal in here. Cheap synthetic t-shirt, hat, fleece lined, ground cloth. Well, cheap imitation of a ground cloth, but for right now that's what I've got. It's just a cheap grocery bag that I cut open. Pair of hiking pants. They're just a synthetic. They've got DWR coating on them right now, and they're a stretch fabric. They're from Prana. Really like them. Got them on sale as well. So this is the cheap hammock that I've started with. It's my very first hammock, and I had been a tent camper for ever. You know, I'm getting old, so I older, whatever, right? I tent camped for a really long time. And I found that over the last few years, I was always sore. I don't care if I was sleeping on 6 inches of inflatable foam, self-inflating foam, air mattresses or whatever. I was just always sore and uncomfortable. Tried a hammock. First night, woke up, I was hooked. I slept so much better. So for me, if possible, I'm gonna hammock camp when I can. Next thing is my Toaks titanium pot. Right now I'm keeping it in the bag because you'll notice the lid doesn't fit tight. I want to keep it together and I don't want it rattling around. And inside is my Pocket Rocket 2 Deluxe I got this on sale as well. This is the first thing I purchased. I got this back in May of last year. It's the first thing I purchased from a backpacking standpoint. Other than this and a pot, everything else pretty much was just what I owned. I just went and did it. So if there's anything that I could leave with you, and that is just start with what you have right now. Just do it. Go do a weekend trip, do an overnight, do something short in a friendly place where if you have to, you can bail back to your car or whatever. Just give yourself the ability to just give it a try. Go with what you have and then start figuring it out, which is what I've been doing so far. So for this journey, I'm just replacing a few things at a time as I can afford to, and as I start figuring out what I need. How does it feel? What's the gear like that I have today? And as I'm using it, I'm thinking of two things. One, how durable, well, I guess several things. How durable is what I have right now? How light is it? How much space does it take in my pack? Can I make it do more than one thing? Stuff like that, as I'm trying to figure out how to make a smart purchase and not have to go through 20 different types of gear till I find the right thing. And in the pot, I have a brand new fuel canister. It's about 7-8 ounces with fuel, paper towel, long sleeve synthetic fishing shirt that I got a few years back when we went and did Boundary Waters canoe area. Awesome trip, by the way. If you get a chance, I would go up there. A synthetic puffy that I got from Outdoor Vitals. All right. Rain gear. Cheap frog togs. So I just grabbed a trash bag that I have. I've got a spare up in the brain because I want to keep my down dry. I've got a UGQ 20-degree under quilt. It's a full-length quilt. It's black inside with a Moroccan blue on the outside. I use the 10D fabric to keep the weight down, and they're 850 fill. And so I've saved up for these. These are awesome. That's the under quilt. And I have a 20-degree top quilt. I have 4 pair of Darn Tough socks in my backpack. Lightweight merino wool long underwear, long pants, and a long sleeve merino wool top shirt. So these are my underlayer. Next thing that was in here is my pillow from Outdoor Vitals. I'm really liking this one because it's kind of got a bit of a micro suede feel to it. That's everything that's inside the main part of the pack. We'll go through the brain. Pair of gloves. I've got a black diamond headlamp. It uses AAA batteries. It's not waterproof, but it is water resistant. Poop trowel, deuce of spades. I've got an extra flashlight right now. Next is my Tokes spoon. You've seen this before in my other videos. It's the long handled titanium with the polished bowl. I have a 10,000 milliamp Anchor PD battery bank. I got toilet paper. This bag I'll be taking with me. I got enough toilet paper to easily make it through the weekend. I have soap in here. Steaks. Got 4 MSR groundhogs. These are the minis. They're the aluminum steaks. Compass. A couple Bic lighters. Fire starter. This is my favorite fire starter. Pops open. It's one-handed. Just squeeze it and push it down. And you get tons of sparks. It's awesome. So in this bag I have some super cheap little pine fire starters. So this is just pine sawdust with paraffin. These things burn, 7 or 8 minutes. They start really easy. But with the paraffin in them, they burn nice and hot. If it's really, really wet stuff that I've got to light, I've got one of these that I made. It's just a paper egg crate with dryer lint in it that's soaked in paraffin wax. And I have a cotton ball just stuffed on top so I can open that up. The cotton ball doesn't have wax on it. That's there solely if I have to use my fire starter. I just open up this cotton and this will take a spark and I can get this going. Water filtration. I have the Sawyer Micro Squeeze and the Knock Vecto 2-liter water bag. I got some hot hands. I got the extra trash bag. Okay. I got my ditty bag. It's just the Dyneema sack that my tarp came in. I wasn't putting the tarp back in it, so I repurposed it for right now. I have a small first aid kit with a very small pocket knife with tweezers and scissors, antibacterial ointment, toothpaste, lip balm, Band-Aids, alcohol wipes, and some tape, Gold Bond powder, and the repair kit for my Dyneema tarp, and a little bit of extra line. And I think that's everything. That is the entire pack explosion. What you saw, the stuff I'm going to wear, everything I'm carrying, about 28 pounds with water, food, and fuel. And now I got to go ahead and pack it all back up and get my pack ready tonight so I'm ready to head out in the morning. Thanks for watching.